This is the grave of Dietrich Eckart in the old cemetery in Berchtesgaden. More than anyone else, Dietrich Eckart was the mentor of Adolf Hitler. There was a type of father-son relationship between the two, although it would seem that Eckart believed that Hitler was the mythical man to come who would save the country. Dietrich Eckart was a nationalist. That should be no surprise. He was a struggling writer and playwright for many years, living off his family money. But he did at last have a breakthrough. His 1912 adaptation of Henrik Ibsen's Peer Gynt ran for more than 600 performances in Berlin alone. Eckart interpreted the hero of the play to have been a German nationalist who was fighting against Jewish troll-like creatures. In the introduction to the printed play, Eckart wrote that self-sacrifice is part of German nature and that there would be a bloody war of annihilation against the army of the trolls. Of course, when Eckart wrote of self-sacrifice, he wasn't talking about himself, but of others. Although nationalist, his nationalism didn't go as far as to fight in the armed forces. Admittedly, years of substance and alcohol abuse had certainly taken their toll. But he was still in his mid-40s when World War I started, an age when he was perfectly able to join up and fight. But Eckart managed to avoid the draft. Obviously, there's no point to risk dying for your country when others will do it for you. Despite the lack of effort on his part to fight, he was strongly opposed to the Treaty of Versailles and the Weimar Republic. He was a proponent of the stab-in-the-back myth, whereby Jews, communists, social democrats and defeatists caused Germany to lose the war whilst the troops were unbeaten in the field, and he was safe at home. In a move that takes hypocrisy to an unheard-of level, in 1921 Eckart offered a prize of 1,000 marks to anyone who could name one Jewish family whose sons had served longer than 3 weeks at the front during the First World War. Samuel Freund, a rabbi from Hanover, named 20 Jewish families who met this condition. Eckart refused to pay, so Rabbi Freund sued. During the trial, Freund named 50 more Jewish families. Not unsurprisingly, Eckart lost the case, and then he had to pay. In a population of under 400,000 people in Germany in 1914, 100,000 Jews took part in World War I in the German army, and 12,000 of them died. This is a statistic far higher than for the non-Jewish population. Eckart died in December 1923 when his mentee was in prison. The question we are left with is, to what extent did Eckart influence Hitler to murder all the Jews of Europe? If you'd like to see a longer video on the life of Eckart, then click on this link, which will appear around now. And if you're interested in the early Nazi Party, indeed the whole Nazi Party, then subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and every Friday at 2000 hours Central European time, my time. Thanks. Bye for now.